Hey everybody, it's so great to see everybody here today. Shauna's right. My kids are counting down the weeks that they have before summer break. So it is upon us. And as a business owner, it can be a really interesting time to be in business because it feels like people are kind of slowing down. And how are you supposed to keep up with sales? And it can, for many business owners, be a slower time of year. But I'm here to change that for you. I want to say hello. I noticed all of the awesome people who are in the room. This masterclass about social media is perfect for you if you are a service-based business owner. I see some insurance agents here, some real estate one people. Love to see you guys. Any real estate agents, if you're selling a service-based business, high ticket services, coach, consultant, expert, speaker, you are in the right place. We are about to blow the doors off on how you can utilize social media in a very strategic way to generate more sales this summer. Because let me tell you a little secret here, okay? Summer is the secret weapon for strategic business owners because many competitors, especially here in the States right now, with things being a little crazy out there, okay? Many of your competitors are pulling back, and so it opens up a huge opportunity for those individuals who are ready to focus on social media, do it in a very strategic and systematic way, and get ready for results. So you do not want to be slowing down. You want to be speeding up this summer, and that's how you're going to get ahead of the competition and not let this summer be like last summer's where you're just waiting for the fall so that your sales can pick up again. In fact, this can be a really amazing time for you to actually generate more sales. So let me, I gotta do this thing here real quick. I wanna say hello to those individuals out on social media as well. We are streaming live on social media. And so today I'm going to walk you through my system. Hey, yes, Andrew. So that's a really great question. What social media profiles platforms does this masterclass apply to? It applies to certainly LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Anywhere where you can be creating relationships with your ideal client. That's exactly what this covers. It really doesn't matter, and I'll get into that a little later in the slides. It doesn't matter what platform you're on as long as your ideal client is there and you're showing up utilizing the methods that I'll be showing you today. So let me just check in with you guys, okay? Tell me, how reliable is your social media right now as a source of actual paying clients? Give me a 1 if it's rock solid. Give me a 1 in the comments. Number 2, if it is hit or miss. Number 3, if you're getting crickets. Give me some numbers right there in the comments. How do you feel about your social media? My guess is most people here are relying a lot on referrals. Maybe you're doing some paid ads. Maybe you're doing some SEO. But my question for you is, how is social media? We got some 3s, we got some 2s on social media. We have a couple of 2s and 3s as well. And I'm not here to shame you about this number. What I want to know in the comments is why you're here. And I noticed a lot of 2s and 3s. I didn't see any 1s. And I will say that the reason why you're not rock solid with social media, knowing exactly how many leads you're going to get and being able to convert those into clients, is because you don't have a system. Most people go out to social media, maybe they hire a VA, maybe they outsource it to the youngest person in the office because they speak social media because they're under, 25 or whatever that age is, and they just hope for the best. But ultimately, social media is a lot more competitive right now with AI, with your competitors being online. You really want to be approaching social media with a strategy. And I'm going to be giving you my 4-step social media sales strategy today, my social media sales system strategy. So over the course of the next 30 minutes, like Shauna said, put your phone down. You're here. For those who are new to me, now I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been in business for over 20 years. So I know a couple of people here for sure, and hello to them. But if you're new to me, here's what you got to know. And this is a warning, okay? Warning, warning. The way that I deliver my content, it is not about how to go viral. It is not about how to get these quick wins. I am teaching very fundamental basics, business basics, how to actually do it, what actually works. So that translates into maybe not the sexiest how to go viral, with your next cat meme sort of content, but really what is working now in 2025 to make social media work. And as we approach this time before summer, it is the perfect time to start setting up your social media system so that you can generate clients all summer long. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to create strategic comments, how to generate more DMs and high quality sales calls, and how to close high ticket clients on social media, all with less effort, not spending all of your time on social media, and actually having a repeatable system that works. Now, I want to know here in the comments. Tell me, there's a handful of options when it comes to digital marketing. Now, I've ran a digital marketing agency for over 20 years, so I've been around the block a little bit around digital marketing. I love digital marketing, okay? I'm like completely obsessed with it and have been for 20 years. And ultimately, you only have a handful of options when it comes to generating more clients with digital marketing. So, as I'm going through these, do tell me in the comments if you have tried these strategies. Hey, everybody out there on social, love to see you. Okay, number one, do nothing. We've all been there, right? We're all like, everybody here has definitely done nothing when it comes to lead gen and really overly relied on those referrals and, the little method of hoping and praying that you're going to get some clients rolling in. So doing nothing, obviously not a great lead gen option. Second is SEO and paid and organic search. This is extremely slow. This is extremely expensive, and this is extremely hit or miss. And not only that, with the advent of AI and how much that is overtaking the search engines, SEO and organic search has become a little bit more risky than it has been in the past. All right, paid ads. Who here has done paid ads? Give me a $sign in the comment if you have ran paid ads and been less than excited with that. That also includes buying leads, any sort of paid lead gen. Well, we all know that's very expensive. We all know it's very risky, and most people walk away from that situation empty-handed, we'll say. Okay, not in the black, more in the red. Next is relationships and referrals, which I love. We're going to talk more about relationships and referrals in this masterclass today. But the problem with this is if you don't go in with a plan to nurture these relationships and referrals, then you're back to hoping and praying that your sphere of influence will pay off and actually send you enough leads to close so that you have the clients that you need for the month and for the years. Now, funnels. Who here? I love those $signs. Funnels. We've seen the ads. We've gone through it all. You've all heard, just build this funnel and turn on some ads, and then magically in your inbox will appear tons of customers. Okay? Doesn't happen, won't happen. Funnels are complicated. They take time, they take expertise. Do they work and are they amazing? Yes. But do most people discount the amount of time, the amount of work, and the amount of expertise it takes to build a high quality funnel? Absolutely. They end up being incredibly complicated, which leaves us with my favorite and the thing that I have relied on. Okay. I remember when Facebook came out, there was a before and after for me. Before, lead gen was all about gathering emails, SEO, hoping and, paid ads. But when social media came out, it blew the doors open and really allowed me and my clients, and I've been completely obsessed with how to help people generate more sales from social media. And here's the thing about social media, okay? Even if you have all of those other lead gen options, if you're doing SEO, if you're doing paid ads, if you're working on relationships, with a strong organic social media game, it will improve the conversion rate on across the board on all of your other marketing, the ability to generate leads. And so you're leaving money on the table if you're not showing up to social media strategically and you don't have a plan to implement it. So I come to you today not only as a digital marketing business owner, we have a done for you social media agency. We've been doing this for years, but I have a really interesting I have a really interesting story, which I'm going to tell you here in 1 second. But I want to go first over the number one mistake business owners make with social media. And that is they post like an influencer and not like a business owner. Now, here's the difference, okay? Influencers are out there to get views. They're sharing their life. They're the Kim Kardashians of the world. Here is my life. Here is my dirty laundry. Here are all the things I'm doing. Here's basically my personal journal out there on social media. And influencer is one thing, but when you show up as on social media like a business owner, you're showing up with authority. You're showing up with a goal. You don't even have to share your dirty laundry. And it's a completely different type of posting than an influencer. And I know this all too well. Okay, I have a personal story to share. Uh, Last year, I had the opportunity to be on a Netflix reality show called The Trust. And for those who haven't watched it, if you've seen it, say yes in the comments. If you haven't, let me give you the down low on this. Okay, so basically, it was a reality show on social media, or a reality show on Netflix. Which, by the way, Netflix found me on social media. You never know who is watching. You had 14 people from all walks of life. We were all in a beautiful house in the Dominican Republic, including an infinity pool. And they said, hey, all 14 of you, you can either split $250,000 evenly or vote each other out and keep more for yourself. Well, it's a reality show, so chaos ensued. But the interesting thing, and why I even bring it up today on this masterclass, is I was surrounded, those 14 people, many of them were real life social media influencers. Many of them had social media followings that far outnumbered mine. But as we spoke in the house, as we talked in the house, as I became friends and got to know them, come to find out, none of them were actually able to monetize any of that huge visibility that they had on social media. They were thinking if I was just visible and if I had 500,000 followers on TikTok, then I would be able to make money from these individuals because they are watching me, they are engaged. But come to find out, and I already knew this going in, but Netflix confirmed it, is that if you're just chasing visibility on social media, people won't just reach out to you and throw their money at you. They won't work with you. You're not making it clear on what you do. And I ended up being the only one in the house that had a monetized social media platform, a platform that was actually bringing me clients and money because I actually knew how to post on social media like a business owner and not an influencer. So keep that in mind because it is something that many business owners struggle with, even when they come to this masterclass, even when they nod their head and say, Lindsay, you're right. I don't want to post for likes. I want to post for leads. Okay. And you're still pulled to be an influencer on social media. And you don't want to be doing that because likes don't pay the bills. Your social media should be a lead machine. You should go in for business. Now, I'm wondering if some of you, and say yes in the comments, hopefully this comes as like a breath of fresh air. Most of the business owners that I talk to, the consultants, the experts, the insurance agents, the real estate pros, those individuals, those service-based business owners, they don't want to be an influencer. You didn't sign up to run your business and to serve your clients so that you could also spend all freaking day long on your social media. It doesn't need to be that way. You're not an influencer, so you can actually breathe a sigh of relief. That's not what I'm teaching, and that's not even what you want to be doing because ultimately, when you post like an influencer, you're not even having enough authority and educating your ideal client enough that they will even reach out to work with you. So while it might produce more likes and views, it will not produce any more clients. So let's talk about, hey, everybody, nice to see you. Let's talk about the main social media mistakes that business owners make. Okay, we work with hundreds of business owners in my social media agency, and we see these mistakes time and time again. So I want to bring them up right here so that you can pinpoint if you are personally making these mistakes and fix them right away. So, number one, you post without a strategy. You show up every morning or you have your VA post, and as long as something's going out, then great. I hope I can generate clients. And again, the social media landscape is so complicated right now that just won't work. And I think that's why most of you are here. The second is you just post and ghost. You don't engage with potential clients. You completely outsource this. You don't pay any attention to it. You don't realize that there are real, live, breathing people on the other side of social media, and you don't engage with potential clients, which means they're engaging with your competitors, and your competitors are taking your clients from social media because they're taking the time to actually interact with them. The third, and this one's a big one, okay, is that, and this is a myth that I want to outline very specifically here when it comes to no clear path to conversion. There is a big gap between posting on social and someone even watching all of your videos and maybe even making a few comments to you and actually buying stuff from you. Because is what happens on social media is maybe they see your video and they're like, yeah, you know, Lindsay is right about that. I totally resonate. And then they swipe up and they're on to the next cat video or the next UFO video or whatever is on their feed because they're just trying to get their next dopamine hit. And so it's very important when you're posting on social media to stop the scroll. And when people feel like, oh my gosh, I resonate with Lindsay, that you give them a clear next step. And then finally, not tracking what works. Most business owners try a social media strategy. Maybe it works. Probably it won't work because you don't have a strategy. But you go out, maybe you try on LinkedIn for a couple months and you hire a VA to do some DMing and it goes nowhere. And so then you're on Facebook. And so you see a Facebook ad that says, you know what? TikTok is actually the hot place for you to be getting clients. So you cancel all your LinkedIn stuff and you go over to TikTok and you try that for 3 months. And you never end up tracking anything that works, and you end up throwing out every strategy that you started with and not making any headway. Instead, you want to start tracking what works so that you have a clear picture of how to actually generate clients and fix the little pieces in between. So I have a solution, okay? I've given you all the problems, and hopefully you're not like, oh my gosh, that is me, and those are my problems, and how do I fix these problems? Don't you worry. You're at this masterclass, and I'm very passionate about being completely open and showing you my exact system on how to generate more clients on social media. So here is my 4-step system for generating more clients now on social. So well, here's the thing, right? Is that people think that social media is just a content game. They're like, I'm just going to post a whole bunch of content and hope for the best. And maybe if it doesn't work, I'm going to post even more content and hope for the best. And it still won't work because generating clients on social media is a 4-step process. It's not just one, it is 4 steps. And here they are. Number 1 is attract. This is content. This is, of course, why you came, and we're going to talk about it. But attract is the content part. This is how you're attracting and bringing in and magnetizing for your ideal client. Of course, content is part of the social media sales machine. But the next 3 steps are as important. The second is engaging, building trust and sparking conversations with those individuals who are interacting with your videos. The third step is convert. How do we turn DMs and comments and views into consults and clients? And then finally, scale. You want to be tracking what works and doubling down on what is working and testing the rest and improving the rest. And I'm going to give you some insights on this today. So right here, this is your social media sales machine. And when you start now, because we're like mid-May, by the time June comes, if you outline a plan now, by the time June comes, you can have your social media sales machine up and running while you enjoy your summer and you still are able to grow. So let me break this system down step by step so you can clearly see how to approach social media in a very, very strategic way. Say yes if this is making sense in the comments. Nice to see you guys. So step one, okay, attract. Most people are posting for the algorithm, okay, or likes or views, but as a business owner, you want to be posting for one purpose, and that is to attract the right person and move them one step closer to the sale. So every post should do one of three things, okay? Attract or nurture or convert. And that's it. No fluff. No, here's my dirty laundry. No, look at the pictures of my dog and my kids. Okay. There could be a place for that if you can tie it into business, but ultimately it doesn't help you attract that right fit client. So I want to get real crystal clear with you right here on this masterclass. We're going to cover, okay, because you want to go in with clarity when you're creating content. And the number one mistake business owners make with I already said that with social media. My slides were out of order. I apologize that. So when it comes to attracting that right fit client on social, you want to be crystal clear about who you're talking to because it can be confusing, right? Like let's say you're on Facebook. And on Facebook, you have your mom, you got your friends, you got some prospects, you got some colleagues, maybe you have some collaboration partners. And so you create content and suddenly you're like, I don't really know who I'm talking to. And so I'm going to be really, really broad. And when you're broad to try to encapsulate so many people because you're going for the algorithm and you're going for likes, then you actually end up talking to no one. And that really makes it so you do not have effective content on social media. So instead, you want to be really intentful and really specific about the who, the what, and the where when you're creating content on social media. And so when it comes to who, now many of you, and tell me if this resonates or not, many of you have heard the word niching. You've heard it time and time again, and you've done a lot of like ideal client profile mapping. Maybe you've spent some time with ChatGPT. Maybe you've taken 100 courses on how to figure out who this ideal client is. And it can get very, very confusing and overwhelming. And I have a very simple solution for you. If you want to attract, let me put it this way. Attracting clients on social media is a lot like fishing for fish, okay? You want to know what kind of fish you're going after so you know what kind of bait to use, the words you use, how you're saying it. And so in order to do this effectively, all you need to do is figure out who your one true client is. And this is a real life person, okay? Cannot be you, cannot be a Frankenstein version of two of your favorite clients, somebody who's actually in your experience. And you're going to put their name, like I put on my slides here, on a Post-it note. This is as easy as it is. And then every time you go to post on social media, okay, maybe her name is Barbara, you say, what would Barbara think of this post? Would this resonate with her? Would she want to work with me? And because you know Barbara, because she's a real life person in your experience, you're able to empathize and put yourself in her situation and be able to clearly see what others on the other side of social media are actually interpreting your video as. And so having that quick checkpoint of who is the person I'm talking to and having it be a real person as you make your social media content, it is the number one way to attract cookie cutter versions of that exact person so that you can attract even more of them. And so Frankenstein, yeah, you guys like the Frankenstein version. So the who is, pick your best client that you want to make cookie cutter versions of and put it on a Post-it note, and do not post any social media until you check in with your Barbara. I've been doing this for 20 years. My team and I daily talk about who our one true client. As our clients get more advanced and as we help more and more people, we will change our ideal client. Okay. And we will just always put their name and always check in with all of our sales and marketing tasks. What would Barbara think? Now, here's the thing, okay? Here's a client of mine. She has one post on social media, and this is how powerful it can be. Her post is struggling with stress burnout because you're selling high ticket items. You don't need a ton of people coming in. And so, one post from this client of ours who was posting on social media very broadly. Here's how you work out. This is for everybody because she was posting for everybody who liked to work out. We got her narrowed in on her ideal client who was high achievers who are often sacrificing their well-being while chasing success. That doesn't apply to everybody. But once we got her narrowed in on her ideal client and she started talking to her ideal client, okay, she got one DM that resulted in a $25,000 client, okay? She made a $25,000 sale from this one post. And not only that, that client told 2 other people. And so again, you want to go into social media being very specific. And because you're selling these higher ticket items and not t-shirts, then you really want to make sure that you're speaking to that ideal client. Now, let's talk about the what. The who is your one true client, okay? The what on social media. And I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments. Say, love it or hate it. I want to love it or hate it in the comments. And that is all about talking head videos. How do you feel about videos? Let me know in the comments because as a business owner, video content is your secret weapon. Talking head videos where you're sharing your expertise on social media, it builds intimacy, it builds trust, and it works for you while you're sitting by the pool. People can actually experience you on their phone talking. You can build that trust. And so for every business owner listening, if you really want to make sure that you have consistent video going out on your social media profiles every single week, because consistent video builds instant trust, it keeps you top of mind, and it always converts viewers into buyers. Now, this is an example, a client of ours. He is an insurance agent. And I know, like, talking head videos, like, they're not anyone's favorite because, like, who wants to get on camera? And then what do you say? And what about the hardware? And how am I even supposed to do this? What we offer in our agency is, and this is the example here, this is some example content, is we will interview our clients for 1 hour a month. I will give them highly accurate, one true client focused talking points. And with my interview, we will be able to take that 1 hour of content and create these high converting videos because consistency on social media is everything. So having consistent video is your secret sauce to being able to chill this summer by the pool while your social media works for you. How do you guys feel about video? Love it or hate it? So finally, so we got the who is your one true client, the what is consistent video, and so now what about the where? And this is another big mistake that business owners make. They again feel like they're an influencer. So I need to show up on every single social media platform, and I do a little bit on LinkedIn, and I do a little bit on Facebook, and I do a little bit over here, and they don't get any traction anywhere. They don't know where their ideal clients are. They're not reaching out to anybody, and it becomes real milk toast, and it doesn't really work because you're too spread out. And so you don't want to be posting like an influencer. You want to be posting like a business owner and making sure that you pick one platform where your ideal client is and you're there engaging every day. You're making content for one platform, and that is where you're building your community and your lead pool because you don't want to be spreading out your resources because then you will not get any traction. So let me share another example here of a client who before he started working with us, he is a leadership and development coach. He was doing a lot of speaking at events, but he was never really turning any of those speaking events into any engagements or real business. He would go and speak, and everyone would be like, "Oh my gosh, I love you. You're so amazing. You changed my life." And then it would never really turn into any clients. We got him dialed in. And after we started using strategic content that was targeted at his ideal client, we positioned him as the go-to expert, and he was able to collect even more paid keynotes as well as clients. And he ended up getting 30 plus comments from decision makers, 12 inbound speaking inquiries, and over $40,000 in booked speaking engagements. And he had been posting on social media for years. And within 30 days of really nailing who, what, and where, these were his amazing results because he went in with a plan and a strategy. So when you're creating videos, when you're creating content, make sure you know your who and your what and your where. So let's go to the next step. Okay, let's go to the engagement phase. This is where most business owners kind of like drop the ball. And the number one mistake business owners make with social media engagement is you post and ghost. And then you wonder why you get no leads because you're not out there engaging, you've outsourced it, and you're not really recognizing that there's real life clients and leads on the other side of social media. And so my solution for this, okay, is that you want to be engaging on social media with a real strategy, okay? And I call it virtual networking. And I kind of like I kind of compare it to my daily workout. Now, between me and you, and I don't know how you guys feel about working out, okay? I end up working out every day for sure. But like, do I love to work out? Probably not my favorite thing, but what I do know about working out is this, is that if I consistently work out every single day, my health will be amazing 30, 60, 90 days from now. What I did 30 days ago is what my health looks like now. And the same goes with interacting on social media. So my recommendation is that you set up 30 minutes every single business day and you do what's called virtual networking, just like you would regular networking, but it's on social media. And an added perk is you can do it in your pajamas. Okay. So you time block 30 minutes and you're out there, you're engaging with your ideal client. You're adding your ideal client to your sphere of influence. You're time blocking this and you are starting conversations. On social media, you don't want to just be waiting for all this inbound stuff to come in. You actually want to be reaching out. You want to be responding to every meaningful comment. You want to be sliding into the DMs with good context, helping people, and you want to be inviting people to these micro conversations. Because every single micro conversation that you have on social media will allow you to deposit into those relationship bank accounts and be able to generate more clients on social media. So it's a huge step. It's something that can be resolved in 30 minutes a day. It's prospecting. You're out there prospecting on social media. And if you have consistent content going out, then everybody you're prospecting with, everybody you're DMing with, everybody you're friend requesting ends up seeing your consistent content, which includes awesome talking head videos. So let's talk about convert. Okay, this is the hardest step for many people because they just assume it's going to happen. You watched my videos, you like me, you're going to buy from me. But the fact is, you really want to make sure that you're giving a clear next step to those individuals. Okay, so I call it next step marketing. And you want to be doing this on all of your social media posts because here's a secret. Okay, here's a secret that I know after doing hundreds and hundreds of clients here is this. You don't want to be making your social media, at least the stuff on the feed, stories are a little bit different, okay? The stuff on the feed, it's not for people who know you, okay? Your stuff on the feed is to attract cookie cutter versions of your one true client. And so that is why you want to make sure that you include next step marketing on every single post. And so what does that look like? Okay, you got to treat them like I treat my children. You got to give them a little baby step. Don't make them think, don't make them look you up, don't make them look at your website, okay? Just tell them what to do if they're resonating with what you're saying in your video. So it looks like this. Want to scale your medical practice without the overwhelm? I've got a free resource that breaks down my exact strategy. And this is the key, okay? This is the not requiring any thinking. DM me scale and I'll send you over access. With a simple sentence like that, people don't have to think, what should I say? They don't think, oh, I'll have to get back to her. You've given them the next step, and this becomes your secret weapon for knowing who on social media that's watching my videos and content actually is interested in taking the next step. Where are my warm leads? And that right there will allow you to pinpoint them. So I'm sure your next question is, well, Lindsay, okay, that sounds good. I'll next step marketing, but what is that free resource? What is the next step after they DM me? Now, you've probably been taught this. I've been teaching digital marketing and doing digital marketing for a long time, that maybe it's a PDF for a video. It's a consult call. It's a course. Maybe you give an audit. And these are all good options. They're good enough options. They rarely work. How many of you has actually created a lead magnet and put it out there and no one signed up? You created a lead magnet, you ran some paid ads to it, people downloaded it, but no one closed a call with you. This is how those typically go, especially right now in 2025. So while you can offer these as your next best step, my real recommendation is instead to offer what I call an invite-only event. And all an invite-only event is it is a bi-weekly, weekly masterclass that you give on rinse and repeat. It is the same one every single time because you get better every time you do it. And as people comment your one-word marketing, as you meet people at networking events, as you're out speaking, then all of a sudden, or maybe you're even on podcasts or you've written a book, whatever the case may be, okay? They're out here in the marketing washing machine. And when you have an invite-only event, a masterclass that you give on rinse and repeat that talks to your ideal client, well, suddenly they see you live. They experience you. You're not just a face on social media, but you actually increase intimacy. And when you increase intimacy, the ability to make a group sales call increases significantly. So let me outline what this invite-only event is. Again, it's a very specific masterclass tailored toward your ideal client, talking to their problems and sharing with them some aha moments on how to actually get relief, but leaving them with more problems than they actually even knew that they came with. They will say, I thought I knew all of this, and she answered the questions that I had, but she opened up so many more. And what I like most about invite-only events is this, okay? They're very high-end. This is a personal invite in the DMs most of the time to your invite-only event. So your sales process actually happens before the masterclass even starts. And ultimately, you want it to be very, very intimate. And so you only want to really invite 20 people to this masterclass. Because the more intimate that is, the less people feel like a cog in the wheel, the more they feel like you reached out and actually invited them to this thing, it increases intimacy, which will help you get more sales. I love the invite-only event because it's rinse and repeat, it's high-end, it's low-tech. We're not doing funnels. We're not doing a huge landing page. We're not doing any of this fancy email marketing, okay? It's me, it's you. We're on Zoom, and I'm sharing some solutions to a very real problem you have, which leads to an incredibly connected experience where you only need a few people to actually generate sales. And then the final and best part is it's not like you have a slideshow that's going through, hey, this is what you get. You get 25 sales calls. You get this, you get this, you get this. No, instead, on that masterclass, you build up such a case and you help them with all of their questions that their trust in you is such that those individuals who are ready to take that next step, you invite them to a call with you. Maybe that's a business blueprint strategy session. Maybe that is a your next menopause breakthrough session. Whatever it is, because of what you've outlined in this masterclass, those people who feel the pain, understand what you've answered, been through, trying all the different things, they will want to get on a high quality call with you. And that is where you can generate some very high quality sales. Okay. So let's talk now about the third or the fourth and final step when it comes to the social media sales machine. Say yes in the comments if this is making sense. Love seeing you guys here. That is scale. Now, most people do not scale. They throw things out. They're not tracking any numbers. They're not tracking any metrics. I hear this a lot, Lindsay. I'm a visionary, okay? I like to move fast. I don't want to get like all in the numbers and be tracking all of these. It's very overwhelming. I don't know what to do. But ultimately, if you want to scale this and you want to make it rinse and repeat and you want to be chilling by the pool this summer, you want to be tracking what is working on social media and what isn't. And I'm talking about the little teeny tiny things. So the number one mistake business owners make with tracking is they don't. And you definitely want to. So how do you scale what's already working? You want to track what's driving leads. If you're doing one word marketing, okay, or next step marketing, and you have those one words, hey, comment or DM me the word X and I'll send you a free resource. Actually track those. Track how many conversations that creates. Literally pull out a spreadsheet and track it. Have your VA track it. You're going to have things and videos that you do on social media that actually work. And what you want to do is keep doing the stuff that's working. And then maybe some of the videos or some of the call to actions aren't working. Then you're going to go back and evaluate the system and improve little teeny tiny pieces, making very, very iterative. Okay. An iterative approach to marketing, not a slash and burn approach to marketing. So ultimately, here is your social media sales machine. You want to have high ticket or high quality content that speaks to your one true client. That's the who. You want consistent online video, okay, 5 days a week. You want posting 5 days a week, and you want on one social media platform. That's how you actually attract an ideal client on social media. Next, you want to engage. You want to be out there on social media, talking to people. Third, you want to give people that next step. And finally, you want to scale. You want to scale those things that are working and do the rest. Okay. Another client of mine, a $50,000 Facebook post. Again, one DM, one deal, a $50K project. You do not need tons and tons of people coming to your social media. You're not selling t-shirts here. You're selling $1,000 products. And so going after vanity metrics is not going to serve you. So let me give you a little spoiler alert on the trust. I don't want to leave you hanging in terms of that reality show. Ultimately, okay, I was in 7 out of 8 episodes. And the last 2 episodes I was in was named after me. I call it a really big win. And while I ultimately didn't walk away with $250,000, okay, what I did walk away with was really understanding that visibility, all of these vanity metrics do not matter. It is about micro. You really want to be focused in on this one true client because that's how you can build relationships. And that is how you can actually start generating more sales on social media. So the number one mistake, I like this slide, the number one mistake most business owners make after this masterclass is this all makes sense. You're absolutely right, Lindsay. And they end up doing nothing. And that's a big mistake, especially going into summer. You don't want to be like, I'll do this after summer. The best time to take social media seriously is right now, or it was 20 years ago, okay, when Facebook came out. But the next best time is right now. And I know what I've covered. It makes sense to a lot of people, but it's a lot like swimming. It's like what Lindsay says makes sense. Those 4 steps makes sense. But when you get back to your desk and you actually start implementing or sharing with your team, how do you actually implement when it comes to your specific business? So, here at this masterclass, I want to offer everybody here a free gift. So, who here likes free gifts? I love free gifts. If you love free gifts, say yes in the comments because I really appreciate you coming to this masterclass. I love all those yeses. I love that. And I want to offer everybody here a free gift to make sure that you leave this masterclass really understanding how to apply the social media sales machine to your specific business. So here is what we're going to be offering right here for everybody who came to this masterclass today. Is if you're resonating with what I'm saying about how do I post like a business owner? How do I get this up and running without it taking all of my time? How do I actually attract more of that ideal client and put them into a system? We're offering a social media strategy call with me. Okay, this is with me personally. All you need to do is head over to lindsaya.com/book-now. In fact, Emily, will you drop that link? Now, you've stayed with me this far. The fact is that you can't afford to not do this. Imagine getting on a call with me. I will share with you, we'll talk about who your ideal client is, what you're posting on social media, how to engage with them, how to do that conversion step, and how to actually scale so it makes a huge difference in your business. This is how you're going to get personalized clarity and not generic advice, how we're going to apply it to you. So imagine closing your next $10,000 or $25,000 deal without just another random post or algorithm shift or thinking that one day it's all going to come through, but actually having a system that does this so you can count on it. So you're rock solid in knowing that you have high quality leads coming in from social media. It's a game changer, it's a business changer, and we're offering a free strategy session with me to help you turn your social media into a sales machine. So we're going to be giving you very personalized advice. If you like what I said here, we're going to apply it to your business in that call. I'm going to help you unlock hidden revenue opportunities. I love this part of the call, okay? Because you can't see the forest for the trees, or you can't see the label from within the jar, whatever you like to say there. But ultimately, everybody in this room is so focused on their business. You are laser focused. You can't see that you're actually sitting on 70, like so many customers, so many hidden revenue opportunities. And that's exactly what this call will unlock for you. I'm going to save you months on guesswork. I'm going to share with you more about our done for you system where you can actually have and create a social media sales machine in an hour of content a month that I will help you with, that I will guide you through, and that will attract that high quality client. So, my recommendation, yes, Nina, it's for everybody. Hop on there. Let's see how we can help you. Okay. So, don't hesitate. Hop on that call now. Seize the summer surge window. Your competitors are pulling back. And now is where you can turn your visibility and your authority. It can absolutely skyrocket, especially right now, because it is 1 month before, like, we are midsummer, and you have plenty of time to start implementing this today, start generating clients today, and to stop guessing and to start growing. So if you want one of those spots, we're offering it to everybody who came to this masterclass. I'm looking forward to helping you getting your social media sales machine up and running this summer. Let's do it together. Hop on that call. Thank you for joining me today for the social media summer sales surge. The time is now. Do not put it off. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to turn it back over to my awesome team.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lindsay. And thank you, everyone, so very much for joining us today. Like Lindsay said, the time is now.